Okay, but then we're watching this. Yeah, give it a second. Okay. Here's the 86. That's me. Then the Citroen. Then there's GTR, which we didn't see from the car list, and I didn't see even a thing. There's a BMW. Oh my god, that's turbocharged twice. And big cars, or tall cars. There's them again, and then there's G70, and there's a Lancer. And they won the race, like, officially. Okay. Then there's this other GR86. Or a Mazda. Oh my god, no. And the Huracan from behind, and then the Volks, and then me again. Oh wow. Everybody just switched places. So it should be fine. So then I'm tired, like I said, and then I hand over the position, or like the overtakes, or just like yield, and then just like give up, basically, just trying to avoid not to touch this car. Right. I know what's behind me, whoever has an attitude. Okay, that's nice. But then they're on an 86, and then they know my moves. Okay. So then behind this Mazda, and I was like, God, fuck it. You cannot ever be behind a Mazda safely, or never near it. Not even remotely. So I'm like, listen, you just avoided me however you fucking meant to. So you are in charge of this 86 that I am not. Pissed off and everything. Because I am tired. I cannot handle any of this decorum or politeness, or just, this is a show. Okay. But then they got the aspiration. I am telling you, this is a grown-up. This is somebody who is making fun of me, or just, we are in a lot of trouble. We are dying of just no respect and no recognition, and no, a lack of humility. It's this cruelty to the 86 and the natural aspiration, like the Huracan at least, that we just saw overtake and then forgot completely, immediately. Okay. Now I told them, listen, you know you're playing me at this 86, so we are a team, since you've been doing this one. Okay. Because I know this bitch is trying to get a baby job out of me. Okay. Now there's no girl in that Mazda, but that is a lot of liability that we are both getting through. So you will stick with me on this one. Okay. So then I'm saving for the future, or tucking things away, and then putting away, you know? Okay. Because it's gonna be like a crash, or like an incident. I can already tell I am somehow keeping up, and then the car list isn't getting away from nobody. Oh wait. No, it's this 86 and me. Okay. But then I don't have these inputs, because then he and I give out at this double 86 aspiration, not two aspirated front rear, right? Which we don't have. Okay. Because of this Mazda and the entire turbocharger reel, they're all big cars. Okay. So then they pull away, or they like, you get behind or something. Okay. And it's like, where is this incident going to be? Okay. Because then I have to read this 86. Okay. And then the rest of the track, and then, okay. And then you yourself, right? I already said, this could be on me, and then race is over. Let alone the car. Okay. But then you have the car. What I don't have is the car list, and therefore the track, or the race. But I do have the overtakes, given this 86, and however they just went ahead of me, and or the aspiration that you can just like, this is funny, but it doesn't sound like it, or you know this is suspiciously quiet. This is either grown-ups or the kids, or something went wrong, right? So then I'm like, listen, here's the overtake from the right, okay, and then I don't see this goddamn Huracan. Okay, I'm like, okay, great. Whatever this isn't already, that is also a car in like a weird color. And then fine about you and me, and whatever this accident is that we could have, okay, because of this Mazda that isn't. Okay. Not a liability, and then just already out of brains. Okay. So then you're behind this Mazda? Yeah. I overtook them, and then I got tired. And then once I got the overtakes, I know what they don't. That now we are a team. Okay. Even the Mazda? This Mazda doesn't know how much of a out of this team they are. Okay. But they cannot just be an asshole and then just, we'll never have Mazda in Group 3 or Group 4. Right. So it's between me and this 86 and this Huracan. Okay. Now I said to them, listen, you know that overtake was mine. This Mazda isn't a real car. So, whenever you want to do this and not fuck this up for me, because you are laughing at me from that 86, and you know this isn't funny, and how much this doesn't sound like noises or sounds, or just like somebody is paying for this. Okay. Now, I know they are scared shitless of me in this 86, because we are both driving it. And I'm like, listen. Don't be a goddamn chicken. Okay. So whenever about this goddamn hurricane and you and me. Okay. And so I'm behind them, driving very, very close. And very, very carefully. And very, very quietly. And now I'm making mistakes that are mistakes because I need to get this overtake. Okay. But then those are all chances that I'm taking it, so I could just... Okay, they could be a fail. Now, I tell them, this is the overtake. And this is where I have this Lambo now. Or this Huracan. Okay. Now, I don't have him at this corner, or at this turn. But then they know that they cannot take things lightly from me. Okay. They think we can drive side by side, but I'm telling them, no. Right. Now it's this GTR, which isn't a car, because it's so big, and because it doesn't have it. So then I'm like, listen, at the 86, way, way far behind, the same way that I overtook this Huracan and I overtook this GTR, okay, you gotta do me that same thing. And they eventually do. Now this BMW follows suit just the same. But then they have an attitude on them. Right. And then there's this Sirocco. And that's as far as I go. After this, the aspiration isn't on my side. Now there's a track, given all of the moves that I made. Okay. And that I'm about to lose. Okay. Because the carousel is broken. So then this is the end of the race. Okay. As far as me, and then the 86. And then they're all right behind. Okay. Now this is carousel. And I don't know how close behind they are from me, but I know that the car list hasn't gotten away, or there's a spill up ahead, or it doesn't matter much. Okay. So it's after carousel. I'm behind this front Volkswagen Sirocco Group 4, which isn't a car like the GTR, but let's not get into it. So I already know that carousel was broken at the aspiration and at the front of the car, so it gives out at the track, or it gives out on the car. Okay. Now I told you those little mistakes that eventually you pay for, right? I'm catching up to the front Sirocco on this naturally aspirated 86. Okay. As far as teaming up with the other 86, it's just not losing the car list and then handling the overtakes, or just not breaking up the car list, right? And then there's this. Okay. At that point in real life and in the game, like, it just was over at carousel because of the aspiration, right? I don't have a transmission or a drivetrain. Okay. But then the game lets you play. Okay. Now, that was the BMW, that was the Huracan, and this is the GTR. Okay. But they are driving like the 86 is in charge. Oh, because then he's pulling the entire the entire thing. Okay. Now he tells me, listen, don't be a baby, and then just, you know, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm like, fine, or whatever. Quit laughing already. Like, fine. Okay. Between you and the other 86, right? So sorry. And I'm thinking, okay, he gave out a carousel and then gave out a transmission thing from that height, just shifting at the wrong end, just like there's no way to clear that. Okay. So then I'm like, this isn't funny. I was like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? Alright, fine, or whatever, between you and the GTR, I don't care. And I'm like, you two, which one is this now? And I was like, this is your thing. He was in charge the entire time. I wasn't laughing. And I was like, fine. And he was like, you can hear me from over from the front. And I was like, I don't care. You have no chance. And I was like, this is very close. And I was like, still no chance. And I was like, which one of you is it? And it was like, the Sirocco. And it was like, fucking asshole. Right. And then I was like, I don't know what's ahead of the Sirocco. Okay. And then I let go of the inputs and then whatever. Okay.